Hello, this is Francis from McCaffrey's Crafts, and today I'm just answering a question that I got there last night. I think I might have covered it in other videos, but it's just no harm kind of going through it again. The question from this guy called Stephen last night. He sent me an email, and the question he had was regarding what type of protection do I use at the bottom of the sticks. And I usually use like a rubber ferrule, like, it's depending on the size. They come in all different sizes and a few different shapes. So usually I will attach like a rubber ferrule at the bottom of a walking stick. These are the best for modern pavements because, when on concrete and strong pavements, the last thing you want is a metal ferrule hitting the ground. And, they're more prone to slipping as well, actually, metal ferrules. Like metal ferrules were designed for when people would walk in, like, mud tracks and different trails, and when of times of yesteryear. But nowadays you'd need like one of these kind of like rubber ferrules to give you the grip on the end of a walking stick for sure, and that's what I use. Second part of your question was, you were asking me like about my pricing, how I come up with it and stuff. Like usually, as black authentic real blackthorns go, I'd be kind of a bit cheaper than my kind of main kind of competitors out there. I think I charge anything between like 90 to about 120 per sticks. I think most of my competitors that they're selling the real blackthorn as well sell for about 140 up to about 180. So I try to be as kind of competitive as possible. Because I sell in different marketplaces online in different places, like all of those things take about with insertion costs, with different fees, with payment cards. They have like a load of different fees, but basically it usually takes about 15 to 20% off what I make. And then I probably put about €10 or 10 euro worth of materials into it as well. So usually how I come up with my pricing is for the big, heavy, real thick sticks, the ones that people want the most and that they take a bit of effort to do. They're the most expensive sticks in my store. Usually I'll go up to about 120, 25 with the sticks that are really good in terms of like they're just big and heavy, and they're just something about them. The lion's shares of my sticks are going to be around €100. With and they're like the majority of my sticks are kind of in that type of price range. You had a question there of you spotted like two sticks that I had. They look very similar and they're different prices, and you want to know what was the difference between the two. Actually, I do know the difference. From time to time, and I think I've spoke about this on something else. If I have a stick that was so painful to make, it caused me physical pain, it caused me emotional pain. I cut myself on it. It was just one of those sticks that was just, it put so much effort into it to make, and there was there's some kind of grievance I had against the stick in making it. I usually put in what I call a blood tax, and this is just my own incarnation. And it's just that, say I have two sticks and I make one stick and it's fine, straighten and stuff. But then the other stick, it was like, I remember getting it. I remember hurting my back doing it. I remember, there's something difficult, or part of it was difficult to do. There's usually something that really pissed me off in making the stick, and it caused a lot of effort and time into it. So I kind of jokingly just call it the blood tax that I put in, and I doesn't do it often, but like, if there's some stick that deserves it, that when I was straightening it, when I cut my hand in it, like a lot of these sticks too, I do end up spilling blood on them. It's part and parcel of being a stick maker. If you're a professional shillelagh maker, you're going to like, draw blood from time to time. It's part of any activity that you're using your hands a lot. You have to just accept that that's the way it is. So in occasionally from time to time you might see two sticks that look similar, and there might be a little bit difference on price, and it's more to do with the time that I put into it. So like, if more time went into a stick in terms of making it, it's usually, I usually put like an extra, not much, like €10 on it, or like usually that's it. I put like a €10 fee on a stick if it took me a lot of extra time and it was a bit of a disaster to make, and caused me emotional pain as well as physical pain. And yeah, so that's kind of how the thing. I think I've done videos in the past before how I come up with my pricing. You have to make it a business, and you have to make sure you do it in the right time frame, and you have to make sure you see at the cost of the paints, the finishes, the sealers, the cost of adding these rubber furls to the bottom, and you have to make it at a price that people can afford to pay. And throughout the years, for an attack, like if you think about it, if someone buys a pair of Nikes or Adidas or any one of these things, like it's always in like the kind of $100, $120 kind of mark. Or if you're buying like a really good sweater or something like that, you're always going to be like $100. So like a walking stick that you're going to have for quite a long time, that's durable, that was handmade by a craftsperson in Ireland, grown in Irish soil, made with Irish hands. I think that's reasonable enough. Like, if you're having difficulty paying and stuff like that, like just give me a call. I can, if you put some deposit down, I can like hold the stick for you, but not for too long, because like these just fly out. Like, I'd and again, like it's a business. I do get a lot of people asking me for free stuff a lot. And look, there's no harm asking. Look, if you don't ask a question, you're not going to get an answer. What's that old expression? A dumb priest never got a good parish, or something, I think I can't remember the quote exactly. But yeah, like I'd say every month I probably get about 5 people just asking me for something for free. But like, given the amount of time and effort and everything that I put into it, and this is my job. Like, if I don't sell sticks, my family don't eat. Like, that's the reality of it. I'm like self-employed. Just paid my big tax bill to the in the end of October, coming in out to November, that I can't give out free things. It's I'd love to be rich enough that I could, and be a philanthropist, like one of these billionaires, and hopefully I'll be a billionaire one day, where giving out free stuff is easy for me. But at the moment, like most small businesses out there, I'm in survival mode. I'm grafting away. I have to take every opportunity. I've amended my prices to reflect, to be a little bit cheaper. I've tried to, even though I've used couriers a lot for posting out, I don't pass on the full cost of the couriers to the customers. Like, if I was sending with the post office like a walking stick, it cost me 29 euro. That's the cost for a parcel to send, and that can be there within about 2 weeks. If I do upgrade it to a courier service which can deliver it in 2 to 3 days, it's going to cost a bit more than sending it in the post office. But on my prices, I keep it as the post office price. I don't, unless you like, if you went for one of my free shipping products, you do have to kind of pay extra for the courier. Like, a free shipping is a very light, tiny part. Like, say if someone orders a pair of socks for like $10 and want me to ship that with a courier, who's going to send a 40 euro courier on a $10 pair of socks? So if you buy smaller items and want them fast, you'll have to get the courier on that. But I try to be as fair as possible with my pricing on with people, and I know people are hard up as well. But look, everyone's hard up, everyone's trying to work, everyone's trying to be fair. I'll be understanding of people's situations as best I can. But again, when I say I can't give you a free thing, it's, don't take it personally. It's just that I just need to earn. Like, I have 3 kids. Jesus, you should see the list they've given me for stuff that they want this year. It's not going to happen. But I won't tell them that news, and until we get closer to Christmas, I'll have to find out what's the cheapest thing on each one of their lists, and try to look at that, as most parents do. But yeah, these are quite hard sticks to make. Here's a nice little stick I'll show you that I had in my hand. It's a lovely little kind of T-shaped handle. I could have made this into like a kind of knob stick too, have done that, but it was a good kind of hefty one, and I don't know, it just looked, the feel of it looked pretty good as a stick. Like, so here's you have genuine blackthorn. This one is painted black, which they did traditionally. It can also be natural bark as well. That's how the natural bark looks. And these sticks are pretty good for people that are quite robust and need to support a lot of weight on them. Like, look at that, it's about 1.5 inches thick. This one's up on my website as well. And have a look at the website. All my costs are up there. Everything is transparent as possible. I'm a bit swamped with messages and different things. I'm trying to catch up with everyone, but I get a lot of messages at the moment. I'm just a little bit too busy trying to keep on top of everything. I will get to them when things get a bit quiet, but for the next 3 or 4 weeks, is hard enough to get a moment to anything. Even this now, I just have to do just these quick little videos where I sit down and hit record on my camera. But yeah, I'm just kind of letting you guys know, and you know, sometimes it's a bit easier for me just to kind of put some of these videos in response to a few of the questions I get. And thanks for watching. Back to Shillelagh making for me. Bye bye.